Greetings, colleagues. I hope you are having a great day and an even better week. Today is International Day of Peace, or otherwise known as World Peace Day. In 1981, the United Nations General Assembly declared a day dedicated to strengthening the ideals of peace both within and among all nations of peoples. And this year's theme for World Peace Day is End Racism, Build Peace. And to who we are here in St. Louis Park and has such strong alignment to our core values as an organization. Even as I think about the vision of our school district as it relates to our strategic plan, we are really striving to create an environment where students are seen and valued and become their best selves as racially conscious, globally minded contributors to society. And as I think about how peace is created, I often think that there's some foundational aspects to that. Things like people having opportunities to understand who they are racially and culturally, and not only understand who they are racially and culturally, but appreciate oneself for who they are racially and culturally, and then also work towards understanding, appreciating, and valuing other people's races and cultures. And I am just overwhelmed with gratitude by the work that each of you are doing. I've seen countless emails, communication, sharing of ideas as it relates to the celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. And I appreciate that because as I think about this idea of creating peace, I value and know that learning about people and others that are different from us is a foundational aspect of that. And as we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month, it really allows us to celebrate the histories, cultures, and contributions of American citizens whose ancestors came from places like Spain, Mexico, Central and South America, and Caribbean. So, thank you again for creating these spaces for yourself, one another, and our students. And I truly believe that creating this type of space will lead to the world peace that the United Nations General Assembly was hoping for in 1981. Last week, I shared in my message to you that we would be addressing a question of the week from a staff member. And this week's question comes from the middle school. So I'll read it to you. It is my understanding that Power Score got combobulated, and we have numerous families with incorrect information as far as who to contact. Many families have messed up information as far as where the student lives, who they live with, who should we contact in case of an emergency, etc. It is concerning considering some students have legality issues, for example, orders of protection, which are not denoted correctly in Power School. How is this being remedied? Well, thank you, middle school staff member, for asking that question. And I certainly can understand the urgency and concern related to having incorrect information in Power School. And the first thing that I would like to do in response to the question is just to provide some clarification regarding the challenge that we've experienced this year. It's not a Power School issue, and instead is connected to the annual student update that happens each year where families now electronically go into the system and provide new information or updated information for, contact phone numbers, emails, addresses, things of that nature. So to your question, if families are missing and or have incorrect information, really what should occur is that it can be fixed by notifying, the administrative team at each site. And then what we can do as site level admins is reach out to those families, try to find correct information to reach out to those families and really encourage those families to go into the system and update their annual student information form. So, and if for some reason at the site level, there's challenges with doing that, I would strongly encourage teams to reach out to our enrollment center regarding any sort of annual student update information discrepancies that you may be coming across. So thank you again for that question. And my hope is that as we continue to try this question of the week, that we'll have more and more questions, but more importantly, that we'll create space to answer and provide information on things that are presenting themselves as challenges in our school community. So thank you again, and I hope you all have a tremendous day and a great rest of your week. Take care.